Stone was loved by people far and wide. His grandpa, he had owned his land back when he took his bride. At least way back before the times most townsfolk could recall. And listening to them, you would swear that man was 10 foot tall. At least his reputation was, and records show, well earned. And after talking to his friends and neighbors, I soon learned the family had prospered growing beef, but then it shared their wealth with those less fortunate, and really showed they cared. Young Grizzly never married, and then after his folks' death, he made that ranch a showpiece, using every single breath to carry on the pride he learned from both his pa and ma. And when asked why, he proudly said, "It's just the way things are." He joined most town committees, and he always took the lead to set a fine example. And when townsfolk were in need of funds for some good project, and their goal might be in doubt, then Grizzly would step forward, and he'd surely help them out. But at the end of winter, Grizzly took a nasty fall while mustering his cattle, and he couldn't ride at all. How would he shift his cows and calves to pastures for the spring, with one leg in a plaster cast and one arm in a sling? It vexed this cattleman no end to lay there in that bed, and how he'd shift that crossbred herd kept running through his head. But news had reached most townfolk, and foremen said they'd embrace the chore of moving Grizzly's herd, and gathered at his place. I joined them as they rode on out, as I worked for the press, and figured this was just the thing that I'd like to address. Old Grizzly, he was touched to tears, and he still talks about the headline in the paper, neighbors helping Grizzly out. I joined them as they rode on out, as I worked for the press, and figured this was just the thing that I'd like to address. Old Grizzly, he was touched to tears, and he still talks about the headline in the paper, neighbors helping Grizzly out. Old Grizzly, he was touched to tears, and he still talks about the headline in the paper, neighbors helping